Good morning, good friends. Welcome to our Sunday morning village gathering, where we do the Tarot Topics newsletter recap. So Tarot Topics comes into your inbox every Wednesday if you subscribe. If you do not subscribe, you can follow the link right in the description to read the newsletter and also subscribe. But it is archived on my website, so you can just read it there if you like. So different topic every week. We come on here Sunday mornings to talk about it. This week's topic, when the question is the answer. So of course, as a tarot reader, I love questions. I'm the most curious person in the world. But I also think that it is very true that a sign of abuse in a family, in a church, in a government, is when you're not allowed to ask questions. You know, if we don't welcome questions, then we're definitely hiding something. And I think sometimes figuring out what questions we need to be asking ourselves, what questions we need to be asking in divination, it's a valuable skill. So today you can ask questions on anything at all. Oh, Jeannie, this is smart. Jeannie says, good topic. Our questions reveal us. So true. So often what and how we ask a question reveals what is going on for us. That is so true. Oh my gosh, yes. All right, so let's hop right on over to CardCam. Now, I did share with you this week that I received someone's de-stash haul. And so I have a ton of new tarot decks, Lenormand decks, divination decks, some books that I'm super excited about. This was in that haul. It's the Universal Tarot from Lo Scarabeo, which is the weight deck, if the weight deck had been drawn by an Italian Renaissance artist. And this is the golden version of that. So we'll have some fun with this. All righty, let's get going. And we are going to start. Trey, I see that you've rephrased your question, so I've got you in the queue there. So we will go ahead and start with Smile Soul 20. Smile Soul 20, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 4 years and a moderator. And your question is, what do my ancestors want me to know? Always a great question. Your ancestors want you to know what you can trust and what you shouldn't trust. What they say is because of your specific ancestral history, you have been taught to not trust yourself and to not trust much going on around you. Some of that may be helpful, but a lot of it is no longer helpful. It might have been helpful a century ago, but now it is not. So they're asking you to learn to trust yourself and learn to figure out around you what you can and cannot trust and act accordingly. Astro Ascension, so good to see you. Okay, who is next? That will be Donna. Donna DeStefano, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. We appreciate you. I just want to know, I will be traveling tomorrow. How will my adventures on the road be? All right. And of course, wishing you blessings of safety and easy travel, of course. So let's see. Be careful. Do not drive fast. There will be speed traps. Be careful. Do not drive fast. There will be speed traps. Beyond that, I'm not worried at all. Just take it slow and all will be well. I can do that in a rhyme. Take it slow and you're good to go. How about that? I wish I could do all tarot readings in a rhyme. I could be like the rapping reader. That would be so much fun. Anyway, Jeannie Mnuchin, you are up next. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 4 years. What questions do I most need answered wrapping up this year? And are any answers coming my way? Any more info about my daughter and how to help? I feel safe with you sharing with this group. Well, that means so much right there. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So let's see. What questions do you most need answered? I mean, all of them, but also none of them. Because right now, like the biggest question is about this real estate move business project that you're thinking about. That's where all the questions are. And I don't know how many of them can be answered before the end of the year. So I think we're just kind of holding space to see how that can happen. Now, regarding your daughter, there has been some ongoing concern there with her physical and emotional health. And you're, excuse me, and you're planning a holiday visit. And yesterday you let us know that she has communicated with you just very briefly and ominously that things are tough right now. So what do you need to know there? I think, honestly, as much as this creates an anxiety and an emotional burden for you, I think we see this as the highest form of trust between a mother and a daughter. I feel like your daughter absolutely trusts that she can just reach out and say, okay, and that you'll hold space for whatever. And I don't think she recognizes that that puts an emotional burden on you, but that's okay. This is okay. I think the thing you need to take away from this is how much comfort your daughter receives from you and how safe she feels with you. And I know she may say or do things that contradict that, but I think at the rawest, most vulnerable, most real place, this is what is true. Your daughter really trusts you and really needs you to hold space for her, even if you don't know what you're holding space for. There it is. All right. Let's go on over to Twitch for a moment. Suspicious username. Will I find a nice man in 2026? Yeah, that's fine. You can ask questions on anything at all today. Will you find a nice man in 2026 for suspicious username? Ouch. 4 of Swords, Justice reversed. Man, this is not leading us to the conclusion of fabulous romance, but it is absolutely good information for you. So over on YouTube, Trace says the name suspicious username always makes me laugh. Yes, same. So clever. One thing you got to say about Twitch is like the capital of clever usernames. I just have to say that. Okay, so suspicious username. If you want to find a great man, first you got to find yourself. First, you have to do the deep journey into yourself. What do you want? What do you not want? What works for you? What doesn't work for you? Where are you willing to welcome someone into your life? Where are you afraid to do that? And you have either seen unfair treatment in relationships before because you've witnessed it in others or because you've experienced it in yourself. You must heal from that. And you must set a standard for yourself about what you're willing to accept and willing to tolerate. Do those things and then ask that question again, and it'll be a different answer. All right. Where are we going next? We are going to Instagram. Medium That Rocks, who of course is a member on YouTube as well. 2025 has left me feeling incredibly grateful. What should I keep in mind for 2026 in song lyrics, please? So, Medium That Rocks and I share some musical tastes, right? We both love the Grateful Dead. I think you also love Taylor Swift because you've quoted some sort of obscure Taylor Swift lyrics. So I think you also like Tay Sway. And so we've got some things in common musically. But I may or may not stay in those catalogs. Let's see what we do. What you should keep in mind for 2026 in song lyrics. Okay. So, I mean, what we're seeing here is all of the things you are putting to bed, right? All of the things that are done, not even putting to bed, but throwing in the trash, like all of the things. Dishonesty, people who don't treat you with love, all of the things. And so actually, I'm going to Fleetwood Mac for this. Don't stop thinking about tomorrow. Don't stop. It will soon be here. Yesterday's gone. Don't you look back. I really feel like, and you're making me cry thinking about it. I really fully believe that 2025 was like the seeing fully what was true about all the things. And 2026 is putting that in the past and going forward toward everything you want. So there you go. Let me know what you think. And how do you feel about Fleetwood Mac? I can't imagine that would have been a problem for you, but let me know. All right. Very good. Let's now go over to Facebook. Joy LeVie, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Any advice or message about my business or financial situation? I see you moving forward, certainly, but really having to figure out, like, how much risk can you tolerate? You know, there's risk versus not risk, right? There's also comfort versus lack of comfort. What can you tolerate in the interest of moving your business forward and making the financial situation better? It is a time for bold moves, but only within your tolerance. So figuring out what your tolerance is what's important here. All right. The medium that rocks. Thank you. Yes, I like that. So true. Grateful for you. Right back at you. And love Fleetwood Mac. I figured you had to. Like that. I figured. Yeah. All right. Hey, Lumen. Good to see you. Let's see. Where are we going next? We're going to Jenna Perkins on YouTube. Thanks for being here, Jenna. Thanks for being a member. What does Spirit want me to know right now? I'm really struggling without having my dad right now. So that sort of makes me want to go right to your dad, honestly. Not Spirit generally, but dad specifically. Let's take a look. So dad wants you to know, A, how loved you are, but B, that you can communicate. That you can communicate with Jenna. Dad wants you to know that you can communicate with him more directly than you have been. He says, use what you know. Use the Reiki energy as a way of coming in. do what you do to prepare for Reiki work, for psychic work, and ask him to come in. He wants to communicate more directly with you, and he will. He is sending you a lot of love, and he recognizes, so like what he says is there was so much that was unsaid, undiscussed between us, and he wishes that those conversations had been able to happen. And he recognizes that he may be part of the reason that they did not, but he wants you to know he is open, he is listening, and to some extent he is able to communicate. He also wants you to know that as you go into a new year, you need to feel empowered to do what you need to do. And he is right behind you, helping you with that energy and with that power. And Jenna says, me too. Yeah, understood. Okay, we've got Caroline McLaughlin and then Trey. Okay. Oh, Jenna, thank you so much, Christiana. I needed to hear this. I will say, and I really credit the medium that rocks for this when she came on our channel. I've been doing a little bit of mediumship, all of my career. But recently I've started to lean into it a little more. And the reason I have and the reason I didn't recognize how helpful it was. I really didn't. Until I saw the medium that rocks, Kimberly Shore, and saw what healing people had from that. And I'm like, oh, there is greater value to this than I had realized. So, and there was evidence of that right there. All right. So here we go. Caroline McLaughlin, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years. And thanks for using members only emojis. You're looking for a card from your guides. Yes, indeed. And that card, my friend, is the King of Wands. So I love this, Caroline. This tells you that you are at the highest level. You are at the highest level of leadership, understanding, spiritual connection, creativity, and ability to apply warm humor to any situation. You have really come into a space where you have a great deal of energy that you wield with a great deal of love, spirituality, and healing. There's your card for today. Let me know what you think. Trey, yes, seriously. I find mediumship to be very taxing emotionally, more so than who am I going to marry? Seriously, agreed. Dream it possible. So good to see you on Twitch. You can ask anything you want today. Let me know if you have a question. Astro Ascension, I want to do mediumship. The thing, and there are mediumship classes, I've never taken one, but I swear to goodness, if you're in the divination space long enough, it'll just happen. Like it will. All right, so here we go. Trey, changed your question, reworded your question. And now here it is, the perfected question. Let's do it. Trey Cameron, thanks for being a member for more than 2 years. We have talked about me fearing the answer about a particular thing before and me searching for it. I'm still not quite there. Any advice from Spirit? And is it even worth searching for? Maybe I'm not supposed to know about this. All right. Seven of Swords for all of that. Like, I think that's really interesting when you're like, well, am I supposed to know about this? I'm kind of afraid, And that is a very Seven Swords thing. Like, what is really true about this? I think, the Seven of Swords always asks us, what should we trust? What should we not trust? What is true? What is not true? I think what is true about all of this, Trey, is the fear. There is no such thing here as you're not supposed to know. The fear is not here to protect you. The fear is here to interfere. Work through the fear. Give yourself time, grace, and space to work through the fear. And then you will explore what you need to explore and answer what you need to answer and figure it all out. And it will all be to your benefit. There you go. Okay. Yeah, Astro Ascension, that's exactly it. Yes. Trey, that makes sense. Okay, good. All right, baby cakes, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Will I win the fight with the plant gnats soon? I got them as a gift with the plant and the new soil that I bought. Hate it when that happens. Never had them before. How much longer to eradicate them? Yeah, it's a problem. I feel like there are greater steps you need to take. Like, this is a hard war. I fought this war once and ended up just getting rid of the plants because I couldn't win the war. However, my story does not have to be your story. The thing is, you got to throw everything in the arsenal at them. I think you can win this war. I think you can do this. But what you're doing now is not enough. So I think Google is going to be your friend here to figure out what else you need to do. Good luck. All right. Yeah, just another comment. Trey, speaking to Astro Ascension, I don't agree personally that psychic and mediumship are as separate from each other as some like to say. I agree. Yeah, absolutely agree. Okay. Dream it possible. Here we go. How does R feel about our situation, and is it going to change next year? This is over on Twitch. R is not happy with the situation, but does not feel like there is much that can be done to change it right now. Will it change in the next year? Well, see, this is the thing. I feel like there's this thought that we don't know how to change it, but it's not going to change on its own. So we're going to have to figure out how to change it, and then indeed it will change. It will not change on its own. Let me know what you think. Okay. Claire C., so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 4 years. My 16-year-old granddaughter is studying her Bible. I hope she questions the rhetorical sermons from her minister. By giving her a book with less literal interpretation. Now, let me go over here to see the rest of the question. Give me a second. Hang on a minute. Oh, there it is. Actually, I don't see it. I literally don't see it. Oh, maybe that is it. Will I help her? Okay, got it. We got it. So giving her a book with less literal interpretation, will I help her? I mean, okay, you're like up in my field of study here. And so I have to say, if she's going to a fundamentalist church, right, I was hoping to guide her to keep an open mind. Yes, absolutely. So if she's going to a fundamentalist church, like, the problem is fundamentalist pastors become pastors because they want to. In mainline Christianity, pastors spend like 7 years in school learning biblical history, learning how to understand the Bible. Whereas fundamentalists just read it and think it's literal. So, yes, I think it is really important. There must be books for teens about how to critically read the Bible. Like there must be, right? And I think it is really necessary to share this with her. And beyond that, maybe share some other holy books also with study guides, you know, because there are so many. And I think it's important for her to see that larger worldview. She's smart. She's capable. So I think you're on the right path here. I will search for one. Yeah, it's a good idea. It really is. There's got to be. There's got to be. Yeah. And a follow-up question from Dream It Possible. Why are they not happy? Are they feeling any guilt or regrets? I don't think they're feeling guilt or regrets. I just think they're not good at knowing how to be happy. I think that's like a thing, right? They're not good at that. Okay, and Cacao Moo, good to see you on Twitch. Okay, can I get a reading, please? An update on this person. Okay. Could you, I'm going to ask you for a better phrasing on that question. An update on this person, like, I'm not quite sure what we're looking at. Is this a health question? Is this a job-seeking question? Romantic. Okay, so it's an update on a person you're involved with, not involved with, interested in. Because, like, if it's an update, I need to know what we're updating from. Okay, interested in. Got it. This I can do. RSDSS, today's topic is when the answer is a question and what that means, or when the question is the answer, right? So what that means is you can ask anything. Seriously. Good to see you. Ask anything you like. I remember, Cacao Moo, I remember meeting you. I won't remember what we talked about, which is unfortunately fairly typical for most readers. Okay. All right, so Cacao Moo. Oh, that's funny. That's what I was thinking about briefly this morning, the answer as a question. So often that is the case, right? Okay, so Cacao Moo, the person you're interested in, I mean, is there anything to update here? It doesn't feel like much has changed to me. Let me know if there's been an interaction that has changed things at all. My thought is, like, I would not put all of your energy into this person. Like, it's fine that you're interested in this person, and that's fine. But I feel like you need to have 5, 6, 7 more people that you might be interested in. I think it's better to do this as a numbers game. Do not put all your energy into this person. That's what I would say. Let me know if that was helpful. Okay, and RSDSS, let me know if you have a question. All right. Going back over to YouTube. Teresa, thanks for being a member for more than 3 years, and thanks for being a moderator. You know the backstory with my mom, I do. Yet I'm still wondering if it's time to reach out to her again. It's been 2.5 years. I'm in a better space to deal with her. Would she at least be receptive? How would it go? And my question is, for what? The purpose of this. What is the purpose of this? So let's take a look. Why do you want to, or why are you thinking about it? I think just for the obvious reason. It's your mom. She's not going to be on the planet forever. You would like to be able to have a copacetic relationship with your mother. I mean, you know, for all the normal reasons. I get it. All right. Would she be receptive? I mean, she hasn't gotten any better. Like, the thing we have to remember here. Okay, you haven't spoken with her in 2.5 years. In those 2.5 years, Teresa, you have done enormous personal growth work. She has done 0. So She's right where you left her. Taylor Swift quote, yes. She's right where you left her. So do not imagine that there has been growth here. Would she be receptive? Ish. I almost think you have to try. But if you go look and are like, ooh, then you have to back off real quick. Does that make sense? All right. Good luck. Over on Instagram, we are looking for RKFBE. Where are you? There you are. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Any special message for me today? Well, I bet there is. Let's find it. Okay. RKFBE on Instagram. So great to see you. RKFBE, the message is about nurturance and what you nurture in your life. It's about nurturing healing, love generally, relationships, creativity, spirituality, and groundedness. Like, what else could a person nurture? Like, you are doing it all. And that's really the message, RKFBE. You are doing everything you need to do to nurture the things in your life that need to be nurtured. There it is. Let me know what you think. Okay. And while we're there, over on Instagram, Abhi Krishna, I want to know what Callie's feelings for Abby are. No contact. Does he want to reunite or move on? He's moving on, and so should you. I'm sorry, but it's time. It is time to heal and move on. Oh, interesting. Talking about reuniting with difficult parents. Cacao Moo. I spoke with Mon, and it was helpful just to have material communication to ground things, even if it wasn't good. It's better than having it resolved or ungrounded. Yeah, that makes sense. All right. Hey, Carrie G, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Joanne Leeza, you are both in the queue. Let's see. And RSTSS, honestly, yeah, whenever I'm typing a question here, I get the answer without even asking. Oh, I'm sorry. Abhi Krishna was on YouTube. Okay, got it. Sorry. I'm being fed some things from the control room. And I see it. Yep, got it. Okay. And now Lumen over on YouTube. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than a year. I would like to know, what does Spirit have to say about my love life or the lack of it? What should I change about my approach? Is the person online or someone I connect with in person? Let's see. Okay. So Lumen, I think this has been a period of time when you have been learning to love yourself, love your work, love your community. Your love life is full. There's just not romance. And so you have been healing your heart and sharing your heart in a lot of important ways. When it comes to romance, I feel like in the past you have compromised yourself way too much, sort of like been willing to contort yourself for someone to love you. And the key is, what you have to do is be fully and unapologetically yourself to find the right person to love you. And so I think the more you lean into what you have already been doing, the more quickly you will find yourself in a really happy, healthy, productive relationship. And in terms of where you would meet such a person, why are we limiting it? Like, I would say, you want to cast your net wide. Be online, be in person, be present on the planet. There it is. All right. Shirley Meador, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Can I get an update on if you see new students or clients coming my way this week for my business? I don't, maybe one, but I feel like there's more you need to do to bring people in, whether it's about advertising, running specials, social media, one way or the other. I think your business ultimately will be strong, but there's more you need to do to bring people in. All right, Carrie G. Good to see you. Mentioning Connecticut. Yeah, great to see you. Glad you're here. Thank you. A card for 2026 for you. $2026. Okay, if we're pulling one card for 2026 for you, it is the Seven of Pentacles, Carrie. This is a card of hard work, and it's a card of hard work, perhaps in a difficult situation. However, the message is, if in 2026 you are really willing to tend what you need to tend and work at what you need to work at, it will bring you a very favorable result over time. So going into 2026 may not be that much fun, but if you do what you need to do, the rewards will be significant. So it is a good opportunity. Okay, Joanne Laeza, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. I was just wondering if there's any message for me today. Of course. And I mean, I feel like there's a whole juxtaposition here, right? Where there's been a lot of worry and a lot of upset. But there is also love and communication and learning and growth. And this thwarts and trumps this. So basically, you keep worry, anxiety, and upset away by leaning into love, communication, an open mind, and learning. There you go. Okay. Nalini Kalu, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. And thanks for using members-only emojis. I feel like I haven't made any progress in my life. Same place as I was last year financially. Well, that's true for a lot of people. I mean, if we're judging progress simply by whether we made more money in 1 year than the next, is that how we're judging progress? Is it? Especially in this economy where I don't think anybody or few people really are. Anyway, so your question is specifically financial. All right. You want to do better next year than this year. And that's fair. That's a reasonable thing to want to do financially. I don't love it that you're equating life progress with money. I don't love that. But taking what you're saying here, to make more money next year, I think you need to go back to the skills that you know you have and use those like in addition to. So I feel like it's a matter of working your regular job and then adding in making money with your own skills. And I think if you do that, you will see the growth financially, but also in other ways too. Topeka, so good to see you over on Facebook. Thanks for being here. Any guidance for you? Certainly. Let's take a look. So Topeka, there's so much here as you are trying to plan for the future and make the right decisions to set yourself up for the future. And you're doing all that, and you're doing that the best way a person possibly could, like no notes. But while you're doing that, it is also important to be really at peace with where you are and what you're doing in the moment. And in all of this, it is important also to be as deep and meditative as you can be, but at the very same time, be as fun and silly as your situation allows. So basically, you're doing everything you need to do for the future. At present, explore the range of seriousness to silliness. Have fun. Oh, Lumen. Yeah, here's good feedback. Thank you. Yeah, I've spent the last year to focus on me and my business and friends. Went on a date this week and showed up as myself, which I was happy with, but wondered if I overshadowed the guy in a way that didn't let me see who he was fully. Also was like I shouldn't have to. Yes, 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 yes. Yes. This is really good, Lumen. But also wondered if I overshadowed the guy in a way that didn't let me see who he was fully. Also was like, I shouldn't have to worry about that. But I'm reflective. And the point is, if you are being yourself and he's not big enough to be himself next to you, then he's not the right guy. End of story. And a huge, huge thank you to Carrie G for the very generous super chat. Thank you. I believe the hard work will be with my relationship with my daughters. Okay. Very good. Sending you lots of love. Thank you for your kindness. And Deepika says, thank you. That resonates with me. Good. Oh, and ringing in on you, Lumen, Hank, 717 from Twitch. Thankfully, guys are very subject-oriented, so if you're just having fun talking about a subject together, that doesn't matter for him. And I agree, men with strong personalities will show that in anything they do. Agree. Hank, thanks for being here. Let me know if you have a question today. All right. Up next, we have Priyanka. So good to see you. A message from the universe, happily. Priyanka, the message is don't get stuck in a box. The message is allow yourself room for growth. For you, Priyanka, be willing to push out of your comfort zone and allow for something bigger. Okay, back over to Twitch with Hank717. I've been getting a lot of love signs. Would be nice to know what that's about. So, honestly, first and foremost, I think it's about you healing from some things from the past and you giving yourself more opportunity to meet people for friendship, for romance, for all kinds of things. I think it's about you being willing to show up for someone and really feeling capable of doing that. So I think there's a lot of growth here, and it is leading you in a good direction in every aspect of your life, including romantically. Oh, Hank, that's very accurate on the healing front. Yeah, good. There it is. Donna, yes, please scroll back. I have done you. Hank, I have this unspoken thing with my guides that if there's a new reader for me, they point out the health. Okay, cool. Soulfire Angel on Twitch. Yes, absolutely. Let me know if you have a question or if you're looking for a general, you can ask anything you want today. All right. Divyan, so good to see you. Divyan Shamishra, glad you're here. What's coming toward me? Nothing unusual. I think the larger question is, what do you want? I think what's coming toward you is exactly what you would expect. If you want more or different than that, I think you can make some changes to make that happen. So how do you want to be proactive is kind of the question for you. All right. So where are we? I feel like we have gotten to everyone except Soulfire Angel on Twitch And I am waiting, Soulfire Angel, to see if you have a question. Oh, okay. So Soulfire Angel, if you want a general, can absolutely do that. So let me know. I can do a general or a specific. Let me know. And in the meanwhile, I'm going to do Carolina McMahon. So good to see you. Oh gosh, may I have a card to see what I need to do to stop the brainwashing that is happening to my son against me? Yeah, this is a very, very difficult situation that you're in, Carolina. I am so sorry. And the bottom line is, you can't really stop it. You can't stop it. There's nothing you can do. All you can do is show up. Oh, Hank, I am very aware what the nature of the brainwashing is. I am very aware. I know. All you can do is show up and not be reactive. Just show him your way. So the child sees your way, the child sees the other way. Your way is more pleasant. Hopefully that will help, but that's all you can do. Okay, I have not heard back from Soulfire Angel yet, so I'm going to do a general there. Rebecca Dusk. Oh, no, here it is. I see it. I see it. Got your question. Okay, I'm going to do Soulfire Angel's question, and then I'm going to do Rebecca Dusk. All right, here we go. Oh, no, you're fine, Soulfire Angel. So glad you're here. I'm wondering if I should go toward my art projects. Let's see. I mean, I always think everybody should go toward art, really, because it's so good for the soul. But let's see. You know, I think you should, and I think it scares you a little. But I think if you can do it fearlessly, do it with the fearlessness of a child. You know, the child who is like, here, I made you a picture. Do it with that kind of fearlessness, and it will be so good. So good. So the answer is yes, and without fear. All right. All right, here we go. Rebecca Dusk. May I have a card on how this week is going to go? Rebecca Dusk, it's a battle. And you need to play it to win. You need to be confident. You need to be ready. And you need to be quick on your feet, which basically means quick in your brain. Why do we do that? Why do we say being quick on your feet is being quick in your brain? I don't know, but it is. So I want to say eat lots of protein. I don't know why that's helpful, and I usually don't give dietary advice. But be ready for the battle, and all will be well. All right. And yeah, I think this is fair. This is back to Carolina. Hank says, for me, the solution is ultimately in being myself. If people have bad opinions of me because of something they are told and they interact with me, they will see any kind of brainwashing doesn't land because it's so obvious it doesn't apply. For lack of knowing the precise subject, I just say overpower it with who you are. Yeah, I that's exactly it. I think that's exactly what I said in different words. And it's the best you can do, for sure, for sure. Divian, yes, I did do you. Oh no, Rebecca, I do believe that is my least favorite card in the deck. I'm sorry. Yeah, I understand. Just recognize that when I see that card and interpret it, I interpret it as a battle you can and will win. That helps? At all? I don't know. All right, my friends, I appreciate you. We are going to last call. I have readings available this week. Today is pretty booked, but Going forward this week and right through the holiday season, I have availability. One of my mottos is I work while you play. So as you have time off, go ahead and schedule with me. I do want to remind the members on YouTube that we're doing a members only on Wednesday, where we will record the tarot scopes for January. Can't believe it, but here we are. So join us for that. And huge thank you to the members, the moderators, the subscribers, everyone joining us today, and those helping out with super chats and super stickers. Carrie G, I am looking at you specifically. So thank you all so very much. Have a fabulous week. I'll be back here tomorrow morning with your 3-card weekly reading. And I have to also say a huge thank you to the Comcast techs. We have had Comcast techs in and out here trying to figure out what our problem was. For those of you who remember, we were having a hard time holding a connection, and they've been working with us this whole time, and knock on every kind of wood there is. Is that a Taylor Swift reference? It might be. So far, so good. So thank you to Comcast as well. My friends, thank you so much. Have a fabulous Sunday. We'll see you soon.